Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Today I'm reviewing a fragrance from a house which is very close to me, Jovoy. And I've already reviewed 2 of their fragrances. I own 3 bottles of it. And this fragrance is quite loved and appreciated by a lot of people. It's called Incident Diplomatique. Rohit, thank you for sending this official sample to me. It's been with me for a while. And obviously I've got a fragrance there because I've just done 1 review. This is my 2nd review of the day. And Incident Diplomatique. Now, it was released in 2017. The parfumer, I forget her name, Vanina Muracchiole. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the name right and not murdering the name. And I've not reviewed any of her works before. But when I tried Incident Diplomatique, the first fragrance that came to mind straight away is a fragrance from the same house. And it is called Private Label. Private Label's dry down is very reminiscent of Incident Diplomatique. And that's why I didn't like it much. Because this is one of my favorite niche fragrances. I'm yet to review it. But look at the wearing. This is probably my most worn niche fragrance. This is a 50 ml bottle. I've already done 25 ml. Because I'm such a fan of vetiver and incense. You have to excuse me today. I've got a bit of a dry throat. I don't know why. So, Incident Diplomatique. I don't know why this fragrance is called Incident Diplomatique. Because like an incident, it leaves an impact on your head, I suppose. This is much loved as compared to Private Label. Private Label is difficult to wear because it's very smoky, it's very dark, and it's very rich. Those 3 combinations may tilt the balance towards Incident Diplomatique, but to me, to my nose, I prefer Private Label over Incident Diplomatique, and still do. When you first spray it, you get everything at the same time, and it reminds you of the dry down of Private Label. So you get mandarin. Along with mandarin, you get vetiver and a lot of smokiness. And that smokiness is supplemented with nutmeg-like freshness. And you also get a lot of patchouli. Yeah. So let me break the fragrance down for you. This fragrance uses contrasts. So mandarin paired against a spicy, smoky vetiver. They've used 2 vetivers here. One is Haitian vetiver. Now, I have now got a lot of experience with vetivers to tell you the differences. So, Haitian vetiver is more drier, more woodier, and more robust than Indian vetiver. My favorite is Indian vetiver. I really like the green, sort of milky, even softer smell of spicier smell of Indian vetiver. Haitian vetiver, on the other hand, is a little bit more full-on. Yeah, it's more coarse, the smell. And then there is Javanese vetiver oil, and this fragrance is oily. I'm not saying that because they've used Javanese vetiver oil. It's just reminded me that the texture of the fragrance is oily, smoky, spicy, with mandarin. Very unique. Very unique and very sour as well. The fragrance is incredibly sour, and I guess it's incredibly sour because of Isori Super. The fragrance then, towards the dry down, brings in 2 winning notes which have been used in many fragrances. But before I go there, let me also tell you that the fragrance doesn't stray away from Jovoy's key structure. Jovoy fragrances are rich, smoky, and most of them use same type of patchouli. And I've smelt it in Private Label, I've smelt it in Psychedelic, I've smelt it in Le Huer de whatever it's called, a very dark incense, which I didn't like. So that Jovoy signature patchouli is there, and it's been combined with sandalwood. Very nice, creamy, rich sandalwood, but not strong enough to overpower that patchouli. And here this winning combination has been used in Xerjoff Richwood. To a certain extent, Chanel's Coromandel uses that sort of patchouli with a creamy orris root. So give that to give you that impression of sandalwood, patchouli. That's same combination here. Very, very highly enjoyable. Yeah, very nice fragrance. But since I like private label more, I never have been able to appreciate this a lot. But today has been a cloudy day, overcast, and it's been humid, yeah, cold as well. So I'm really liking the incense, the earthy, spicy patchouli combined with the mandarin and the vetiver. Vetiver somehow doesn't come to the fore in this fragrance. It doesn't dominate this fragrance. So that's the scent profile, if you like. Yeah, too many contrasts, all put together beautifully and create a unique fragrance or smell for you to enjoy. I really like it, and I also appreciate it more now. There's a lot going on here. So upsides and downsides. So number one upside of this fragrance is creativity. The fragrance is highly creative, and that's what Jovoy does. Every single Jovoy I own takes one note and gives you a creative composition around it. So I've tried their L'Enfant Terrible, which is around a spicy sandalwood with a note of date, which is amazing. It just shocks you and pleases you. Then there is Les Joues Sont Faits, which is around tobacco. Fantastic. I've reviewed both those two fragrances. This one takes vetiver, but doesn't let vetiver dominate and creates a beautiful patchouli, trademark Jovoy patchouli, and just creates a new sensation for you. Creatively beautiful. Really nice. Number two is the fragrance's quality. Jovoy fragrances are famous for very high quality materials and packaging. All their bottles are crystal bottles. These are not glass bottles. Really heavy. So it gives you that quality. You're buying an expensive niche, you're getting quality, high quality stuff. Number three, compliment factor. People who like smoky, dark fragrances will definitely compliment you. This fragrance is very meditative, contemplative, calm, and yet rich kind of a fragrance. Very calm demeanor. Very nice. So those are three upsides. Downside, performance. The one reason I kept on delaying the review of this fragrance is I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm spraying it in the wrong season because I just wouldn't get the performance. And as it turns out, this fragrance doesn't have the performance that I'm used to from private label. Private label goes, in the 12-hour, 15-hour territory in terms of longevity. This fragrance becomes a skin scent very quickly, in 30 minutes, flat. Or maybe I'm going nose blind because I get that sourness, and that sourness I'm relating it to Isoe Super. So maybe I'm going nose blind. But it becomes a skin scent very fast. And that was disappointing because Jovoy fragrances are not cheap. Number two, limited wearability. As I explained, it has got a lot of smokiness, spiciness, creative weirdness, if you like, all these contrasting notes. So I don't think you can pull this off in many occasions. Depends on your individual circumstances, but you couldn't wear this to a date, first date especially. You couldn't wear this to your interviews. You could not wear this to a closed office and enclosed space. If people smell it, they might complain. It's too earthy, too smoky to be in an enclosed space. You couldn't wear this in summer. You could not wear this on a bright spring day. Although overcast, rainy days are perfect for this fragrance. You can wear this in winter. I've tried it. It works beautifully. So yeah, limited wearability. Third one, downside, is going to be value for money. When you spend 150 or 120 in this case, I checked the prices, 120 for this one. Normally 100 ml, Jovoy is in the 150 bracket. You want the fragrance to project a bit more, and you should be able to smell it a bit more. I've tested it many times now, 3 or 4 times, almost run out of the sample. I never get any sense of this scent. I have to do this to enjoy this fragrance. So performance is down, so value for money sort of doesn't make sense for me. I'll never get a bottle of this because private label gives me that experience in much profound way, much richer. I'll do a full review of private label soon. So value for money is low for this one. Age groups, mature scent, 35 plus. If you like incensey vetiver, smoky vetiver, you should try this one. I've covered occasions, age groups, performance, value for money, all aspects covered, I hope. Marks out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Reason being, there's a better alternative to this fragrance and the downsides are mentioned. So 7 out of 10. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.